in, Ronaldo still has a goal for Man United. Inter met between West Ham với Man United. Inter 5th round of the Premier League 2021 phần 22. Superstar Cristiano Ronaldo score against the home team. Antop và was involved. Ronaldo's goal was still iconic. Inter 35th minute. Bruno Fernandes had an accurate pass on the left wing. Ronaldo crossed to finish, making Fabianski winnable to catch the ball. But right after that, Ronaldo quickly kicked back to equalizer 1-1 for MU Inter 35th minute. This is Ronaldo's fourth goal in 3 consecutive games for Man United in all competitions. He has scored twice against Newcastle, scored once against Young Boys and now went away against West Ham. Và was involved, but the goal was still iconic for the superstar born in 1985. Looking at the image below, it can be seen that Aaron Cresswell's leg held Ronaldo not fall into an offside position. The total number of Ronaldo's won for Man United after 2 periods of playing is 87. According to Opta, Ronaldo has good passes and real control right to 17th in the league of all time Manchester United goal cover. Before that, in the 30th minute, West Ham suddenly let the get Man United. From the right, Bowen check for Benrahma and this player comfortably got it and 10 shot from outside the box. The ball hit Rafael Varane and chẳng ed direction, leaving the only to watch.
West Ham 1-2 MU, lingered, shines, has to. Live football West Ham vs MU in round 5 of the English Premier League at Anfield on September 19th. Squad: West Ham, Fabianski, Zuma, Abdona, Caufel, Rice, Soucek, Cresswell, Fornals, Bowen, Vlasic, Yarmolenko 68, Benrahma. MU, De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire, Shaw, McTominay, Fred, Matic 87, Greenwood, Lingard 72, Fernandes, Pogba, Sancho 72, Ronaldo. Goals: Benrahma 31, Ronaldo 35, Lingard 89. Asterisk constantly updating and editing. 3. MU put pressure on the field from the beginning. In swinging corner from the left byline, McTominay has a header over the bar. 10. West Ham is collecting an active defensive squad, so MU has many difficulties in finding a way into the Fabianski goal. 16. Captain Harry Maguire lost the ball in his own half. West Ham had a good chance to eat, but Bowen's last shot was blocked by Varane. 21. West Ham began to push up the attacking formation. Bowen just had a shot from the front of the goal, forcing De Gea to save with his foot. Soucek dashed into the alluvial rock over the crossbar. 24. MU counter-attacked quickly. Pogba pushed the ball to the left for Ronaldo, but CR7's last shot was caught by Fabianski. 28. After the corner situation, Bruno Fernandes picked up the slack behind and launched a thunderous volley that bounced off the post. 31st. Goal. 1-0 received the ball comfortably at the top of the box. Benrahma shot a long shot that smashed Varana's direction and flew into the net in De Gea's helplessness. 35. Goal. 1-1 Bruno Fernandes created from the left wing for Ronaldo to cushion the close, forcing Fabianski to push out. It was CR7 who kicked into the empty goal to equalize the score 1-1. 42. Mason Greenwood poked a gap for Ronaldo to hurl a shot with his right foot that Fabianski struggled to save. 46. Fornals crossed carelessly and Bruno Fernandes immediately pushed the ball down to Ronaldo. Unfortunately, in the situation of facing the goalkeeper, CR7 did not win against Fabianski. End of the first half. 50. Bowen crossed to the right and then stretched for Fornals to jerk his heel to create an extremely dangerous situation. 60. MU is still pressing the pitch and has a lot of corner situations but has not been able to take advantage of it successfully. 72. Solskjaer pulled out Greenwood and Pogba and sent Sancho and Lingard onto the field. 75. MU counter-attacked quickly. Lingard pushed the ball down for Bruno Fernandes to throw the striker right away, but the force was too light. 77. Ronaldo has just been intercepted by Koupal in the penalty area, but the referee waved his hand not to give MU a penalty. 83. MU is still working hard to attack, but West Ham is defending quite tightly. Premier League match. How did Tottenham catch Lukaku? Lukaku's Chelsea will face Tottenham Hotspur on the night of September 19, and Arsenal legend Keown has explained how to prevent the striker from continuing his streak of shooting games. New signing Lukaku has scored 4 goals in his first 4 games at Chelsea, leaving former defender Martin Keown anxious to explain how the Premier League juniors can stop Romelu Lukaku. The Belgian striker is the last piece of the puzzle for coach Thomas Tuchel in this summer's transfer window, and the £97.5 million player is doing a great job of returning the Blues' investment. The striker has scored like a machine with a desire to help Chelsea to the Premier League title and has just scored the only goal in the Champions League group stage victory over Zenit St. Petersburg. The Arsenal legend spoke out before Lukaku and his teammates' trip to Tottenham Hotspur on how to stop the Chelsea striker. When you play against him, every ball is a competition. I don't let him. I feel too closely followed and I will be at Lukaku. Every time Lukaku is about to have the ball, don't be 2 or 3 meters away from him because the space is so big. You have to keep up with him. You can't let Lukaku get into the game. And lastly, you need to have ample physical resources to be ready for the fight. Keown, who has won 3 seasons with Arsenal, further analyzed Lukaku as strong in the air, like the goal against Zenit. He is a complete striker, and he is very confident. What you need to do is make Lukaku lose that confidence. Lukaku will face Tottenham's Harry Kane on the night of September 19, and, in Tuchel's opinion, he is a very different striker. I see Romelu Lukaku playing a bit higher, while Harry Kane likes to cross the ball into the number 10 position, or switch to a teammate. Kane works well with Son Heung-min, so he is very strong in finding gaps between the lines. In contrast, Romelu prefers to go higher in the field. But they also have similarities. Both love to score, and they score whenever they play. They're always ready, and that's a certain mindset that you can't really learn. Tuchel continued, I'm sure they both started to show this mindset when they started playing when they were 5, 6, 7 years old. These boys are born to score goals, and if they don't score, they have different styles. Romelu is more physical. Harry Kane needs open space. Both are super dangerous and key players. Both number 9 strikers know how to concretize the team's efforts. If you want to win matches like this, you need to be strong as a team. I feel both of these strikers are team players. Harry does everything for his team, whether he plays for Tottenham or England, is not afraid to support the defense. Romelu too, he's here to help us win titles. That's what the big players do.
Coach Moyes made a substitution without regret. Ronaldo regretted lots of the penalty. Coach Moyes insisted his decision to substitute was calculated in advance and knew ESTHAMS unbeaten streak in the Premier League had stopped at 4, while Ronaldo regretted lots of the penalty. At the Olympic home round, the student of Coach David Moyes took the lead thanks to a goal from Said Benrahma, but to one from Cristiano Ronaldo and Jesse Lingard helped Man United turn the game around. In the 3 minutes of injury time, West Ham were awarded a penalty after the ball touched Luke. Coach Moyes threw McNoble on the field to kick the D6 11m kick. However, the veteran West Ham midfielder COULDNT beat David De Gea with a low respect, causing West Ham to lose 1-2 on aggregate. De Gea brilliant set saw him become a hero and finish that 40 penalty without saving a single one for club and country, stretching back to 2016. Coach David Moyes said, "Do I have regrets? Not at all, because McNoble is one of the best free kicks we have. We had a time to think, time to make a choice. That's my choice, my decision. With what happens in the game, you have to make big decisions. Sometimes they are correct and sometimes not, but you have to make the decision. We have a really good penalty taker on the bench. I think I would be more disappointed in myself if I didn't make a decision. Nobody is the best person to do it."
Ronaldo must be awarded 211 balls. It's clear as day. That is the assertion of coach Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after Manchester United won a hard and dramatic victory with a score of 2-1 against West Ham in the 5th round of the Premier League. Last night, September 19th, Manchester United went upstream to win a very important victory against difficult opponents West Ham with a score of 2-1 in round 5 of the Premier League away from London. Said Benrahma opened the scoring for the lucky home side with a shot that deflected Varane into the net after half an hour of play. Just 5 minutes later, Ronaldo showed his keen goal-hunting instinct with an offside trap narrowly bounced high and then shot into the empty net when goalkeeper Lukas Fabianski pushed the ball. In the 89th minute, super sub Lingard made a super product with a cut to put the ball into the far corner to score a 2-1 scoreline for MU. Right in the last minute of injury time, Shaw let the ball touch his hand in the penalty area and MU suffered 11-0 after the referee checked VAR. On the penalty spot, the player who just came on as a substitute just to kick 11-0, Mark Noble shot the ball again and was successfully blocked by De Gea. After this ball, the referee also blew the whistle to end the game. After the match, MU coach Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won many praises for the hero Jesse Lingard. He scored against his old team after being criticized for a bad mistake to pass the ball to the opponent, causing MU to lose 1-2 against Young Boys in the Champions League in the middle of last week. Solskjaer was very happy when Lingard redeemed himself to help MU win all 3 points. The Norwegian strategist shared, "You have to learn to live with the highs and the lows." Lingard issued an apology after the loss to Young Boys. "People have said that it is not necessary." Then Lingard came in today and played brilliantly. It was a great goal. I am very happy for Jesse Lingard. Of course, he had a rough night last week, but he humbled himself and worked hard again. He's a bright guy with a positive outlook. It was a great pass from Nemanja Matic and a great turn from Jesse. It was a great combination that made the goal. I think Manchester United played very good football in the first half, but then we needed to defend better. Solskjaer insisted the referee was right when he gave the Hammers a penalty from a handball in Luke Shaw's penalty area in the last minute of injury time. It seemed that Lingard's goal was the last remarkable moment of the game, but VAR came in, and referee Martin Atkinson went to the VAR check screen and then pointed at the 11-0 spot for West Ham. Former MU coach David Moyes immediately threw Mark Noble on the field only to kick that 11-0, but the English star was guessed by goalkeeper De Gea in the right direction of the shot to push the ball out of his pen. Solskjaer admitted with a simile, "The handball that blew the penalty was right, Shaw made his arm bulge more." If you clamp the ball into someone's hand and they're right there watching, it's hard to get away. David De Gea correctly guessed the direction of the shot. If Noble scores, it's genius, and when De Gea saves, it's a false call. Finally, Solskjaer thought that Ronaldo should have earned MU to 11-0 after collisions with Kurt Zouma and Vladimir Koufal caused the 36-year-old Portuguese superstar to fall in the penalty area. However, Referee Atkinson waved his hand for the game to continue in the face of Ronaldo's outcry. Manchester United have 2 penalties, as clear as day, said Solskjaer. I just hoped to get one of them, but Ronaldo didn't get a penalty. Manchester United and West Ham do not have much time to recover when both will have a rematch in the Carabao Cup, League Cup, at 1:45 a.m. on September 23 at Old Trafford. Barca wants Sterling in January next year. Because the attack is in crisis, Barca wants to urgently recruit striker Raheem Sterling in January. This is the star that the Catalunya team also pursued in the summer transfer window. According to the British media, Barca is planning to recruit star Raheem Sterling in January. The source confirmed the Catalan team will soon negotiate with Man City. Due to the lack of financial resources, the Catalunya team prioritizes the option of exchanging players or borrowing the English player with an option to buy permanently in the summer of 2021. In the 2021/22 season, Sterling's position is seriously threatened by the arrival of Jack Grealish. After 6 matches of Man City up to now, he has only played in the starting lineup for exactly 2 matches. It seems that coach Pep Guardiola is also starting to run out of patience with the 26-year-old striker's ungratefulness. Therefore, it is not excluded that Man City will seriously consider the possibility of pushing Sterling to Barca. It is estimated that the transfer fee of the England international is currently around £80 million, and he is enjoying a salary of £300,000 per week at Etihad. The reason Barca wants to recruit Sterling urgently in the upcoming winter transfer window is because the attack of the Catalunya team is having problems. After 2 superstars Lionel Messi and Antoine Griezmann respectively left the Camp Nou, they no longer have any really valuable attacking stars. Even Barca's attack is currently in crisis due to the injury of a series of players, such as Sergio Aguero, Ansu Fati, Ousmane Dembele. Sterling is considered to be suitable for Barca's football philosophy. Because the football that coach Guardiola is spreading at Etihad has many similarities with the style of the Catalan team, Guardiola also led Barca to play very successfully in the past, with a tiki-taka attacking style that used to be the most successful football player in the world, making the Camp Nou team be praised as the world without rivals. Sterling's only problem is his finishing ability. This 26-year-old striker often has very ungainly ball handling, leading to unbelievable missed opportunities. Also because of this, the English striker was whistled and booed by the home team's fans in the goalless draw with the visitors Southampton in the 5th round of the Premier League. In the last summer transfer window, Barca also voiced their desire to recruit Sterling with Man City. They offered to exchange one of the 3 stars, including Antoine Griezmann, Ousmane Dembele, or Sergi Roberto, additional money for Man City, to get the England international signature. But the Manchester City team is not interested in what Barca offers. All the stats of Chelsea and Liverpool are amazingly similar. All statistics about Chelsea and Liverpool are amazingly similar after the past 5 rounds of the English Premier League. Both teams are determined to oust Man City to win the throne, having the same 13 points, scoring 12 goals and conceding only 1 goal to lead the tournament. The Blues and the Red Brigade had results as if they were original copies of each other in the first match of the Premier League. Chelsea opened the domestic campaign with a 3-0 victory at home against Crystal Palace, while Liverpool also beat host Norwich 3 goals without removing. Next, Jurgen Klopp's side beat Burnley 2-0 at Anfield, and 24 hours later Thomas Tuchel's Army defeated Arsenal with the same score at the Emirates. In the third match, the Anfield and Stamford Bridge team held each other 1-1 after the goals of Kai Havertz, Chelsea, and Mohamed Salah, Liverpool. The defending Champions League champions beat Aston Villa 3-0 at Stamford Bridge in the next round, while the Merseyside team did the same with Leeds at Elland Road. On the evening of September 18, Liverpool beat Crystal Palace 3-0 at Anfield, but on the evening of September 19, Chelsea defeated Tottenham with 3 goals in the 5th round of the Premier League. English football fans are amazed with the parameters as if copy of each other between Chelsea and Liverpool. Why are the results so strangely coincidental? Commented one social media user, while another asked, why is Chelsea leading the rankings while the indicators are just like Liverpool? Chelsea are currently top of the table, simply alphabetically, but cannot win the Premier League because of this. If there is still a copy of the original at the end of the season, one more match will be needed between them to determine the crown. Currently, Man United also has 13 points like Chelsea and Liverpool, but is behind because of the difference in goal difference. Red Devils, despite scoring 13 goals, but also had to pick up the ball 4 times. Five best players in round 5 of the Premier League. The 5 most prominent players in the 5th round of the Premier League season 2021/22. Chelsea midfielder N'Golo Kante has a brilliant performance after recovering from injury. Ismail Assar scored twice in Watford's 3-1 win over Norwich. With 9 times of winning duel disputes, the Senegalese striker became the nightmare of the Norwich defence. The Watford right-winger has a total of 53 touches, 5 shots on target, 5 successful dribbles and has a passing accuracy of 93.1%. From the free kick, Martin Odegaard scored the only goal to help Arsenal defeat Burnley. Not only directly bringing 3 points for the Gunners, the Norwegian midfielder is also outstanding with the ability to regulate the midline and round up the opponent, supporting the defence. Before Burnley, the former Real Madrid star had 3 recoveries and 2 successful tackles. Matty Cash opened the way for Aston Villa's 3-0 victory over Everton, a team that has been in high form since the beginning of the season. The English right-back became a nightmare on the left wing of Everton. The player born in 1997 won 3 out of 4 duels, touched the ball 6 times in the Everton penalty area, launched 3 shots, and scored 1 goal. David De Gea was the hero of Manchester United's 2-1 win at West Ham. For the first time since October 2014, the Spaniard has successfully saved a penalty in the Premier League. He successfully neutralized Mark Noble, who had succeeded in 10 previous penalties, and had not missed 11 meters since December 2016. N'Golo Kante was the turning point for the highlight match in the 5th round of the Premier League. The French midfielder entered the field in the 46th minute, helping Chelsea dominate the game and double the gap in a 3-0 victory over the home team Tottenham. Before number 7 entered the field, Chelsea only had 2 shots on target. With Kante in midfield, Chelsea had 10 shots on target. Kante's certainty makes Tottenham's expected goal index, XG, in the second half only 0.06. Ronaldo only directed De Gea to successfully save a penalty. Superstar Cristiano Ronaldo was the one who reminded the lesson to goalkeeper David De Gea, thereby helping the junior successfully save Mark Noble's 11-m kick in the 90+3 minute. Looking at the picture below, Ronaldo, while watching De Gea's penalty situation, suggested to his junior. Ronaldo observed the way Noble stood, ran, and then pointed to the left of De Gea. As a result, the 31-year-old goalkeeper's trust in his veteran teammate was put in place. Noble shot in that direction and De Gea succeeded in pushing the player's very strong shot. After 5 years, De Gea has tasted the feeling of successfully saving penalties in all competitions. The last time De Gea won on 11m took place in MU's 2-1 victory over Everton in the FA Cup. 2015/16 on April 23, 2016, when he subdued striker Romelu Lukaku. Returning to the match in the 5th round of the Premier League 2021/22 last night, September 19, MU had a difficult trip to West Ham's field. The home team took the lead in the 30th minute when Benrahma's opening goal hit Rafael Varane and went into the net to the amazement of the Man United players. But just 5 minutes later, Man United equalized the score 1-1 thanks to Cristiano Ronaldo. In the 89th minute, the player replaced Lingard to raise the score to 2-1 for the Red Devils. This goal seemed to help MU win all 3 points. Then the drama of the match was pushed to the climax. In the 3rd minute of injury time, Luke Shaw let the ball touch his hand inside the box and the referee, after reviewing, determined the penalty for the home team. Coach David Moyes was so picky that he replaced Mark Noble just to take the penalty. This, destiny. But at 11m away, the Hammers penalty expert failed to beat De Gea's talent. In the end, MU won a dramatic 2-1 victory over West Ham, and Solskjaer's team temporarily ranked 3rd in the Premier League table with 13 points like Liverpool and Chelsea but poor difference. After 5 years, De Gea successfully saved an 11m. Goalkeeper De Gea became a hero for Man United with a save from Mark Noble's 11m free kick in injury time in the win over West Ham last night. Notably, This is the first time, after 5 years, that the Spaniard shines at the 11M mark. In the last minutes of the match between West Ham vs Man United, defender Luke Shaw, in an attempt to save, had a situation to touch the ball in the penalty area. After consulting VAR, referee Martin Atkinson awarded the home team a penalty kick. West Ham coach David Moyes decided to launch the 11M free kick. Expert Mark Noble entered the field to receive the task. Noble's 11M kick situation was not easy when he put his heart close to the post. However, De Gea read the situation well, and the ball in the right direction helped him to save successfully. Immediately after this ball situation, referee Atkinson also blew the whistle to end the game, and Man United secured a 2-1 victory. Question marks surrounding De Gea's ability to save penalties have been raised. Until Noble's kick was reversed, the Spaniard had not saved a single penalty since April/2016. The last time De Gea won on 11am took place in MU's 2-1 win over Everton in the 2015/16 FA Cup on April 23, 2016, when he subdued striker Romelu Lukaku. Since the time of successfully saving Lukaku's 11m free kick, De Gea has faced 33 penalties and been defeated. Most recently in the Europa League 2020/21 final against Villarreal in May, the Spaniard was subdued in all 11 shots. It was also he who missed the last kick that made Man United lose the championship. If counting the 11m free kicks in official matches, De Gea has failed 22 times to face opposing players since the time of winning Lukaku. The pressure on the Spaniard is great, because his junior Dean Henderson has successfully saved 8 11m free kicks. In the Premier League alone, it has been 7 years since the Spaniard has saved a penalty. The last time he succeeded in saving a penalty in the highest arena of the foggy country was the situation facing Everton's Leighton Baines in October 2014. Ronaldo and Fernandes solve difficult math problems at MU. Bruno Fernandes did not perform well when playing next to Cristiano Ronaldo in the Portugal team, but that is not entirely true at Man United. Ronaldo has more charisma than any other player. Increasingly older, CR7 adjusts itself to better adapt. The former Real Madrid star is now a predator in the forbidden zone, the center of the team. However, the appearance of Ronaldo made many people worried. At that time, Fernandes' influence at Man United will decrease. The proof is that the two often do not find each other in the Portuguese team. Disappointment in the national team. At Euro 2020, the disappointment for Fernandes is real. When his childhood idol scored 5 goals and had 1 assist to win the scorer award, Fernandes struggled again, losing his position in the main team and almost causing Portugal to be eliminated in the first round. Bored. Coach Jose Mourinho described Fernandes' performance as completely lost. Compared to what has shown during his time with Man United, the Portuguese midfielder clearly does not meet expectations. It is a fact that Ronaldo and Fernandes do not often play well in 26 times with the Portuguese team. Ronaldo scored 30 goals in those matches, while Fernandes only had 4 goals. For a player who has averaged more than 1 goal every 2 games at club level over the past 4 seasons, like Fernandes, that's a letdown. Fernandes has only provided 3 assists this time around. He and Ronaldo combined to create exactly 2 goals. Fernandes scored from Ronaldo's pass in a friendly against Algeria in 2018. Then he passed it to his teammates in a friendly against Israel ahead of Euro 2020. The same story happened in the September gathering. CR7's double came after Fernandes was withdrawn from the match against the Republic of Ireland. After Ronaldo was suspended for the next match against Azerbaijan, Fernandes shone. He imprinted his shoes on the opening goal before successfully executing the 11-meter goal himself. That worries Man Utd fans. However, Portugal is a far different environment than Man Utd. Difference at Man Utd. With Portugal, coach Fernando Santos does not like to take risks and tends to arrange Fernandes to play deep in midfield. Coach Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is different. He allows Fernandes to freely express and develop his full potential. And Ronaldo fits into Solskjaer's system. Of course, Fernandes' scoring performance can be significantly reduced when in the same team as Ronaldo. At that time, the former Sporting Lisbon star no longer had the priority to shoot 11 meters or take direct free kicks. However, Fernandes' influence does not decrease. Ronaldo can shoot 11 meters, free kicks and score goals. In 3 seasons in Serie A, CR7 scored more than a third of all goals for Juventus. But he needs the service from his teammates, which are crosses. Last season, there were 2 most prominent crossers at Man Utd, Luke Shaw and Fernandes. Man Utd made 444 crosses last season, a league average. It is true that the number of penalties is relatively low, but with Ronaldo, this is gradually changing. 2 of Ronaldo's 3 seasons in Italy, Juventus are in the top 3 in Serie A in terms of crosses taken. Last season, they crossed more than any other team. And in fact, Man Utd is benefiting from the duo Fernandes-Ronaldo. In the opening match of the Champions League this season, ignoring the mistakes in the substitution of Solskjaer, Fernandes and Ronaldo began to have a good relationship. Fernandes launched a beautiful pass for CR7 to hit the young boy's net. However, Man Utd lost 1-2. Returning to the Premier League in the match against West Ham on the evening of September 19, Ronaldo went down to receive Fernandes' cross to score an equalizer. In another phase at the beginning of the second half, specifically in the 47th minute, Fernandes continued to bring the ball smoothly to Ronaldo's position. Only the outstanding talent of goalkeeper Lucas Fabianski can deny Ronaldo a double in this situation. That shows, Fernandes and Ronaldo gradually formed a good relationship. As a passer, Fernandes understands that inside the penalty area is the presence of a Ronaldo who knows how to seize opportunities. In the 4-1 win over Newcastle, Fernandes and Ronaldo shined together. Obviously, there is no such thing as Ronaldo and Fernandes stepping on each other, reducing the influence of the opponent at Old Trafford. One thing is easy to see, Ronaldo's ability to move without the ball is quite good. Ronaldo's smart running situations help Man U's phases to shine brighter. Ronaldo instills confidence in the Man Utd players to boldly make passes to create opportunities. Not only Fernandes, but also Mason Greenwood or Scott McTominay also put CR7 in a favorable position to finish. With a target striker like Ronaldo, Fernandes' openings will have the correct destination. A bond is formed. In 4 goals Ronaldo scored after 3 matches at Man Utd, Fernandes was the one who directly contributed 2 assists. An impressive start. Ronaldo and Fernandes are complementing each other, creating a powerful attacking pair of Man Utd. MU frantically tied up hero Lingard. The British media said that MU bosses contacted Jesse Lingard's father directly to convince the English midfielder to extend his contract with the club. Jesse Lingard revived his career late last season while playing for West Ham on loan. In 16 matches below against David Moyes, Lingard scored 9 goals. West Ham tried to sign the English player long-term, but the attempt was unsuccessful. The current contract between Jesse Lingard and MU is only valid until June 2022. Coach Solskjaer is determined to keep the student because he appreciates Lingard's ability. On his return to London yesterday, Jesse Lingard drew a beautiful masterpiece in the 89th minute to help MU win a breathtaking victory. Now, the Red Devils' leadership is doing everything to secure the 28-year-old's future, although Lingard rejected the initial extension offer. According to the source of journalist Fabrizio Romano, MU has been approaching Lingard's father for a few weeks to listen to his thoughts, aspirations, and desired remuneration. Besides, Solskjaer also instigated the students to talk intimately with Lingard to convince him to sign an extension soon. In addition to Lingard, the Manchester team is also actively inviting Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, and Luke Shaw to sign new ones. As revealed by the Norwegian military leader, Jesse Lingard will be ranked in the middle of this week when MU meets West Ham in the English League Cup. Kanté changed the whole London derby. Kanté was only on the bench in the Tottenham vs Chelsea match. But as soon as he came on as a substitute at the beginning of the second half, the French midfielder proved his worth. He was the one to help the Blues regain the midfield, thereby opening the victory for the home team. Tottenham played well in the first half against Chelsea. Even Spurs' 3-man midfield with Højbjerg, Ndombele, and Lo Celso sometimes dominated the Blues' strong midfield. The statistics show this. In the first 45 minutes, Tottenham had more passes, 271 to Chelsea's 248, more accurate passes, 222 to 211, and more corners were awarded, 4 versus 2. Spurs also had 1 shot on target, while the Blues failed to hit Hugo Lloris' goal once. It was a performance that made many fans believe that Tottenham could create a surprise against Chelsea. But everything changed after the break. 45 minutes of the second half witnessed the dominant game, completely dominating the Blues. Their ball possession time is up to 60%. They pass the ball more, 287 compared to the opponent's 219, pass more accurately, 256 compared to 183. If in the first half, Chelsea did not have a shot on target, then after the break, they had 10 shots on target. The number of corners that the Blues enjoyed in the second half also reached 9, while Spurs only had 1. And yet, Tottenham also have only 14 touches in the penalty area, while Chelsea's number is twice that. The result of this outstanding game was 3 times Thomas Tuchel's students forced Lloris to go into the net to pick up the ball. The question is what happened in the second half to help the Blues completely overwhelm Tottenham in terms of the game. The answer lies in N'Golo Kante. Tuchel replaced Mason Mount shortly after the first half, bringing on Kante. With this change, Chelsea have 3 central midfielders on the pitch, in which Jorginho is the shortest player, Mateo Kovacic plays left midfield and Kante plays right. And it was Kante with an extremely wide range of motion, with excellent ball recovery, that helped the Blues regain the full game, not giving Tottenham the opportunity to deploy the ball, which they used to do very well in the first half. First, not only excelling in defensive tasks, Kante was also the one to finish the goal to double the gap for Chelsea and completely extinguish Tottenham's fighting spirit. Kante is a midfielder that has everything you need. Hard work, intensity, winning the ball back, moving without the ball, having the ball, dribbling, even scoring goals, every skill he has. I see this in every training session and it's hard to explain how great he is. Kante plays great even in practice, Tuchel said of his beloved student. Kante has not played regularly in the Premier League since the beginning of the season because of injury. Against Tottenham, he was only fit enough to come on in the second half. But Kante turned out to be a great plan B for Tuchel to use when needed. Kante's energy and class changed the entire game. Tuchel in the past wished to work Lingard is more worthy of starting than Sancho. Jesse Lingard scored a goal to bring 3 points for Man United against West Ham, while Jadon Sancho has yet to leave much of an impression. Products from the MU training camp are showing that they are worthy of starting a £73 million rookie at this time. In the second half of the 2020/21 season, Lingard played extremely well when he was loaned to West Ham. He scored 9 goals and added 5 assists in 16 appearances for the Hammers. This impressive performance helps the 28-year-old player to be retained by MU in the 2021/22 season. However, he is not expected by many to be able to win the main kick when the Red Devils have too many quality factors in attack. But through the early matches of the season, Lingard is showing that he deserves to be given the starting kick. After scoring 1 goal in a 4-1 win over Newcastle in round 4, Lingard continued to shoot in the reverse victory at West Ham. His beautiful cut in the 89th minute sealed a dramatic 2-1 victory for the Manchester Reds. Interspersed between these two goals was a careless pass that surprised MU to lose against Young Boys in the opening round of the Champions League 2021/22. But overcoming countless criticisms, he knew how to get up at the right time to assert his position in coach Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's squad. And Lingard's impressive performance highlights the lack of expensive rookie Jadon Sancho. After 18 months of chasing the same huge price of £73 million, MU successfully recruited the 21-year-old winger. In the match against West Ham, Sancho was launched at the same time as Lingard. But while the older man made the difference, Sancho was a huge disappointment. For about 20 minutes on the field he pretended to be a familiar image in matches from the beginning of the season. Expected to bring life to the right wing, but Sancho is now a shadow of himself compared to when he was with Dortmund. This player has up to 50 goals and 64 assists after only 137 appearances for the Yellow-Black team. Since coming to MU, Sancho has not contributed any goals or assists. By the time Sancho arrived at Old Trafford, many thought that Lingard would be the one to leave Man United. But at the moment, it is clear that Lingard deserves to be started more than the £73 million winger. At his best, Sancho was one of the most devastating attacking players in Europe. He has the ability to change the game in an instant. And that's why Sancho is pursued by many big men. But Sancho's way of playing at Dortmund is to coordinate with teammates with triangular passes in 1/3 of the opponent's field. At Man United, you can't play that way. The Red Devils mainly hit the ball quickly with quick passes to tear apart the opponent's defense. Solskjaer has previously spoken of his desire for a versatile, interchangeable forward lineup like the hugely successful 2007 to 2009 period. The Red Devils had a trio of Cristiano Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney, and Carlos Tevez at that time. This explains why he preferred signing Sancho, who can play on both flanks. The problem is that Solskjaer does not seem to want to use Sancho on the right wing, where there is a shortage of attacking quality because Wan-Bissaka is only good at defense. While on the left wing, Luke Shaw is still being assigned the responsibility of breaking through the front line. This saw Sancho forced to cut inside, where he frequently faced a lack of options ahead. This won't be a big deal if Man United have the ability to penetrate low defenses. But when facing opponents who play with deep defenses, MU often relies on a moment of brilliance from individuals on the front lines. And Lingard is proving he's perfectly suited to that kind of play. Mistakes are inevitable in football. It's important that you get over them, Lingard said after the win over West Ham. I worked hard to overcome the disappointment of losing to Young Boys. It wasn't easy, but to get a few minutes today and score a goal was amazing. Meanwhile, Coach Solskjaer said, I think Jesse has the perfect answer to the criticism directed at him. Chelsea clearly wants to fight for the starting position and be part of the Man United are going. Improvement. I can't guarantee he'll start at this point, but Jess's contributions are well deserved. He could start midweek in the League Cup. Jesse is slowly maturing and becoming a player. Important element of the team. Man United is still not really good at attacking. But Lingard's shine is a good sign next to a strong, explosive Cristiano Ronaldo. As for Sancho, he needs to integrate faster if he doesn't want to step into the footsteps of a rookie and once highly anticipated Donny van de Beek. The referee robbed Ronaldo and MU's penalty. Both Owen and Schweinsteiger said that the referee was wrong to not give Ronaldo and MU a penalty in the West Ham match, round 5 of the Premier League. MU had a dramatic 2-1 victory over West Ham by coach David Moyes, thanks to the goals of Ronaldo, 35, and Lingard, 89, and the excellence of De Gea when he saved the 11-m goal. The last seconds of the game. However, in the match there were also controversial situations, after the collisions of Kurt Zouma and Vladimir Koufal caused Ronaldo to fall in the penalty area. However, the referee Martin Atkinson refused to blow the penalty for MU. Speaking after the game, coach Solskjaer announced, MU was deprived of at least 2 penalties and hopefully, it is not Ronaldo who never gets the penalty. Watching the match, 2 former players, both playing for the Red Devils, Michael Owen and Bastian Schweinsteiger, both confirmed that Ronaldo and MU should have received a penalty. Although the referee refused to penalize MU and West Ham, they received a penalty of 11-m at the last minute, but Ronaldo and his teammates still left with the victory. So, West Ham versus MU. Thanks for the dramatic last 10 minutes. By the way, the penalty for the away team is obvious. After Kurt Zouma fouled Ronaldo, the former Germany player expressed his opinion on his personal page. Owen is also firm, Ronaldo should have had a penalty, maybe 2. The last 11-m with Shaw was correct. Can't remember a game with so much to say in the last 5 minutes. Incredible. Premier League, crowded at the top. Round 5 of the English Premier League, 2021 to 2022 closes with many unexpected developments. At the top of the rankings, all 3 championship candidates for this season, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Manchester United are sharing 13 points to share the top position. Just like in round 4, all 3 clubs, including MU, Chelsea, and Liverpool won the match. They have the same 10 points, but MU is at the top of the table thanks to a better difference than Chelsea and Liverpool. In the 5th round, all 3 teams continued to compete, but the number 1 position changed hands. In the London Derby, and also the highlight of the 5th round, Chelsea beat Tottenham 3-0 away thanks to an impressive performance in the second half. The match was interesting as both teams actively played offensively. With home advantage, Tottenham held the ball better in the first half and had many opportunities to open the scoring, but both Harry Kane and Son Heung-min could not take advantage of it. In the second half, the away team Chelsea suddenly accelerated, created dangerous breaking and consecutively got goals in the 50th, 57th, and 90 plus 2 minutes thanks to the goals of Thiago Silva, N'Golo Kante, Antonio Rudiger. The jubilant victory helped Chelsea have 13 points in the hand like Liverpool and Manchester United, but rose to the top of the table due to more goal difference plus 11. Meanwhile, also won 3-0, Liverpool have 13 points with the same difference, plus 11, but are temporarily behind Chelsea in alphabetical order. Up to this point, the English Premier League, MU is the team with the strongest attack with 13 goals to the opponent's net. However, the Red Devils are the team with the worst defense in the leading group when conceding 4 goals, while Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool only conceded once. In the previous match, Manchester United had a dramatic 2-1 victory on the field of West Ham. Notably, once again, it was Cristiano Ronaldo who scored the important goal, starting the upstream of the Red Devils. This match MU escaped not only thanks to the excellence of Ronaldo, but also thanks to the unexpected shine of Jesse Lingard and goalkeeper David De Gea. Someone scored to raise the score to 2-1 in the 89th minute, and the other excellently saved the opponent's penalty in the 90 plus 3 minute, thereby helping the Red Devils win all 3 points to leave London. Before that, after letting the home team, West Ham, take the lead in the 30th minute with Benrahma's goal, Ronaldo shone when he scored the equalizer for MU in the 35th minute. Scored against West Ham, Ronaldo had 3 goals and was only 1 goal behind the top scorer in the Premier League 2020-2021. The players who are having 4 goals from the beginning of the tournament are Bruno Fernandes, Michail Antonio, Mohamed Salah. Man United also has 13 points, but the difference is only plus 9, so they have to accept 3rd place. In this round, defending champion Man City disappointed when Southampton held a 0-0 draw at home. According to statistics, coach Pep Guardiola's team, during the whole match, only launched 1 shot on target. This is really a rare thing in the game of Man City, because they usually have a very good home record and ability to score goals, but that did not exist in this match. The 0-0 draw made the Green Man drop to 5th in the rankings with 10 points after 5 matches. The team at the bottom of the table remains unchanged. Norwich have the 6th loss and are still at the end. Burnley has 1 point right above, followed by Newcastle with 2 points at 18th. Leeds and Wolves have 3 points at 17th and 16th place on the table. Class. After MU vs. West Ham, Ronaldo's class and the problems of the Red Devils. The battle between MU vs. West Ham, dramatic to the last seconds on Upton Park, ended with a close 2-1 victory for Ronaldo and his teammates. So many emotions and special moments happened. MU vs. West Ham, 2-1 goal, Benrahma 31, Ronaldo 35, Lingard 89. West Ham lineup: Fabianski, Zuma, Agbana, Koufal, Rice, Soucek, Cresswell, Fornals, Bowen, Vlasic, Yarmolenko 68, Benrahma. MU: De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire, Shaw, McTominay, Fred, Matic 87, Greenwood, Lingard 72, Fernandes, Pogba, Sancho 72, Ronaldo. MU1 super dramatic on West Ham field. Ronaldo scored, Lingard scored in the 89th minute, but it was thanks to De Gea's excellent 11m save in injury time. MU beat West Ham 2-1. Let's look at MU's problems drawn after Sunday's match. Scott McTominay's well-timed return. As in our pre-match comment, we mentioned that the Scottish midfielder's absence has caused difficulties for the Reds in recent matches. His recovery and training progress is also not very specific, leading to the possibility of playing the field is still open. However, when the name McTominay appeared on the squad announcement of the MU homepage, it made the fans surprised and happy. Only thanks to that, they can see the strongest squad on the field. Having this tall player on the field, MU's midfield became stronger, the dispute was more fierce, leading to the recovery of the ball and also faster on the ball. Kicking the hard edge, Fred is much better, makes fewer mistakes and is more confident in handling the ball. Surely the biggest wish of coach Solskjaer at this time is that the student will be healthy to strengthen the midfield. The game is open, the right choice of Solskjaer. In many guest matches, even when meeting the bottom-door teams, the Norwegian captain still maintains a slow, steady kick and even looks forward to the counter-attack. And many times that backfired, when the opponent noticed MU's lack of initiative and if the organization was good enough, they would boldly give up to take advantage, making MU difficult, even deadlocked. Confronting West Ham, Solskjaer gave the players a quick rotation of the ball to the top, putting many people for attacks. Of course, the drawback of this option is that the opponent will have space to counterattack. And indeed, that happened a lot, making the match quite open. MU suffered many counterattacks, but in return, they also had land to attack. The most obvious consequence, this is the away game they have attacked the best since the beginning of the season. There is no more deadlock in creating opportunities, even though there have been quite a few clear opportunities. It is worth Solskjaer continue to use this approach. It's risky, but with them having good strikers, it's worth a try. Penalty at the end of the game. David Moyes made a mistake. De Gea became a hero. Substituting just to kick penalty in the official time period is rare, usually only to prepare for the penalty shootout gunfight. But Moyes boldly did it. Although he is West Ham's penalty expert, Noble has to do it when he has no feeling for the ball, no rhythm of the game. The first touch of the ball was also a pen shot, so he chose a careful swing to avoid going out. And partly thanks to that, De Gea accurately judged the direction of the ball and the ball did not go too strong. The Spaniard, who is known for his reflexes, was able to push his arm away. A save is like a goal, causing many Red Devils fans to scream with joy. Ronaldo and Bruno have found each other. The Portuguese superstar continued to shine with the third consecutive match to put his name on the scoreboard. He was still there at the right time when the team needed him the most. And it is impossible not to mention his compatriot, Bruno Fernandes. He was the one who contributed to bringing Ronaldo back to Old Trafford and now continues to be the guarantor for his seniors' scoring opportunities. In the last two matches, Ronaldo is still running smart, as always, and Bruno has grasped the trajectory of this striker. He created many balls, with very good drop points for CR7. And Ronaldo's last two goals, against Young Boys and West Ham, were controlled by Bruno. This harmonious combination has quelled concerns about the presence of CR7 adversely affecting Bruno's role and kicking style. They have done very well, and the future promises to create many such goals. Lingard and his return to Upton Park are too emotional. The midfielder born in 1992 still shines in a match at West Ham's Field, but this time as an opponent. His high performance in the second half of last season has earned Lingard affection from the Hammers fans, even though he is only a short-term loan deal. When he entered the field from the bench, he still received applause from the stands. However, not long after, it was he who silenced them because of the decisive goal. Professionalism forced him to do it. Lingard also realized what was happening, so even though he was a savior for MU, he decided not to celebrate the goal, to show respect to his old team. MU took advantage of the set situation quite badly. No less than 10 corners, but not once did they cause danger from the aerial phase, let alone the goal. MU has many good players, like Maguire, Ronaldo, Varane, Pogba, McTominay. But the way they deploy fixed situations is currently too predictable, lacking the flexibility to move to disturb the opponent's defense. Solskjaer clearly needs to improve at this stage, so as not to waste the aforementioned good aerial players. In a league like the Premier League, taking advantage of corners and free kicks to create chances and goals is a default for all teams. Solskjaer, everyone thought I was going to lose my job. Coach Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did not want to talk in advance about Man United's chances of winning the 2021/22 Premier League title and jokingly talked about his future after the dramatic win over West Ham. In the match, MU beat West Ham 2-1. With this victory, Coach Solskjaer's team currently has 13 points and is in the top 3 of the Premier League 2021/22. Thanks to that, many Red Devils fans began to think about the club's ability to win the Premier League title after many years of waiting. However, Solskjaer kept his cool and reminded reporters that his future was even questioned a few days ago. "You can't force me to do that right now. It's only been 5 rounds. I could have been sacked yesterday." That's what's happening at MU. We took the 3 points we deserved against West Ham. This is not an easy destination. Hopefully this victory will bring a boost to the road ahead. Let's see how the championship race ends in April and May next year. Besides, Solskjaer also admitted that Man United need to improve more, especially after his team conceded a goal after a shot hit said Benrahma's Varane in the 30th minute. "We have to defend well." Man United had to be more solid so that the opponents couldn't break our defense. In their goal, MU's defensive structure was exposed. For whatever reason, they were wrong. I will have to improve that. Earlier, Man United coach Ole Gunnar Solskjaer rejected the criticism of former centre-back Rio Ferdinand about Cristiano Ronaldo standing on the touchline shouting during the young boys' match in the Champions League. Rio Ferdinand, as you know, doubles. When he was commenting on things he didn't really know. In that situation, when Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes were both close to the piste, the referee should have booked young boys Christopher Martins as he pulled. Fall, Nemanja Bruno Fernandes and Cristiano Ronaldo are disgruntled and are both ready to fight for it, claiming rights for teammates and the club. They stood up and expressed their frustration with the referee. Then they both sat down. We all know only a few people are allowed in this position. It was me or the assistants, Michael Carrick, Mick Phelan, or Kieran McKenna. I myself don't feel bothered by this. Remember a few days ago in the match Man United lost against Young Boys in the opening match of the Champions League Group Stage 2021/22. Former player Rio Ferdinand affirmed that coach Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should tell Cristiano Ronaldo to sit still on the bench after was withdrawn. If I were the coach, to be honest, I would tell Ronaldo to sit down. Agreeing with Ferdinand's view, former striker Peter Crouch continued, if I were a player on the bench, I would also tell Ronaldo to sit down. But he is Ronaldo, so we let him do it. CR7 confidently won the title with MU. After a dramatic victory over West Ham in the fifth round of the Premier League, Portuguese superstar Cristiano Ronaldo has confirmed his determination with the Red Devils to win the title this season. Accordingly, since returning to Man United last summer, Ronaldo is showing his impressive form with 4 goals in 3 appearances for the Red Devils. In the last match against West Ham, CR7 also had a goal to contribute to Man United's 2-1 upstream victory. After the match, the Portuguese superstar once again affirmed his determination and his teammates will win the title this season. Every game in the Premier League is always a tough battle for 3 points. Today's match is an example of the obstacles we may face on the way to the title. We must keep believing in our goal. Together. Strong. Concentrate. Come on, Red Devils, Ronaldo shared on his personal page. Not only that, with the goal obtained in the match against West Ham, Ronaldo entered the history of football old continent when he officially surpassed Zlatan Ibrahimovic to become a goalscorer in 66 different stadiums in 5 Europe's premier national championship. Chelsea beat Tottenham, thanks to Tuchel's sublime 15 minutes. Chelsea have climbed to the top of the Premier League table after an impressive victory over Tottenham. A victory where Chelsea showed their full fearsome power. The highlight match of Round 5 of the English Premier League, London Derby, and Super Sunday between Chelsea and Tottenham ended in a way that could not be more surprising. The Blues with absolute strength beat Spurs with a score of 3-0. Thomas Tuchel continued to make the fans take off their hats when there was a 15-minute break that made a difference. As for Nuno Santo, although he was excited in the first half, he had to sigh in frustration because he followed all the calculations of his colleague on the other side of the line. It seems that Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel have researched Tottenham and even Man City very carefully. The reason for saying so is because Man City also marched to Tottenham's field and ended up losing clothes because of an annoying Spurs. When Tottenham announced the starting lineup, the presence of Son Heung-min and Harry Kane at the same time on the attack made many people express their concern with the Blues. Theoretically, these are two of Tottenham's best strikers right now. They really are a scary duet when it comes to finding and creating a connection. Not to mention the current coach leading the Rooster is Nuno Espírito Santo, another Portuguese coach who is also loyal and impressed with the defensive philosophy of counter-attack that used to be a headache for many big players in his time. Lead, Wolves. Chelsea had a 3-0 victory over Tottenham. Compared to the match against Man City in the first round, it is clear that the way Tottenham approach the game and deploy the game has a few changes. Still a tight system structured by a solid defense, but Nuno Santo directed the pressing game from the start up the Blues midfield. The central midfield duo possessing a skill set in favor of defending and pulling the ball and pressing well, Ndombele and Højbjerg are used in the middle of the field. Two other midfielders who are also particularly mobile in this regard, Lo Celso and Dele Alli, are also used. Harry Kane plays back as a number 10 to make the ball, supporting Son Heung-min and also ready to jump up when needed. Although it was pressing from the beginning, but Spurs did not put all their efforts to preempt Chelsea, but knew how to play in a timely fashion, meaning that sometimes the dispute rose to put pressure on the opponent's side of the field, sometimes sending troops to the field. Pressure in Alonso's area or straight in the middle. It was this that caused Chelsea trouble in the first half, where Ndombele and Højbjerg were stronger than Jorginho and Kovacic in terms of fights and disputes. Not only that, Tottenham's central defender duo in this match, Romero and Eric Dier, also surrounded Lukaku as pictured with the ball. They understand the danger of the Belgian striker and the best way is to isolate him from the rest. That is to ensure that even if Chelsea can escape the press, even if they can break the first line, the ball will not reach Lukaku's feet. Locking Lukaku is the way to bring Chelsea back to the situation last season, finishing poorly and not too good at converting opportunities into goals. Kante is the one who changed this game. Statistics after the first 45 minutes of Chelsea is only 48% of the time to control the ball. The expected goal index is only 0.35 compared to 0.67 of Tottenham. No shots on target and 0 goals. However, after the break, everything suddenly turned 180 degrees. Tuchel launched N'Golo Kante in place of Mount in the minute and the French midfielder immediately took on the role of game changer. The star wearing the number 7 shirt appeared and helped Chelsea's midfield find a solution to Tottenham's pressing system. With his superb set of defensive, clearing and intercepting skills, Kante almost broke all of Spurs' midfield attacks. Not only that, the duo Kovacic and Jorginho are also more confident in coordinating and holding the game. Starting from the very situation that was regained, Chelsea's second goal against Loris also stemmed from a pressure break and counterattack, where Kante's shot smashed Eric Dier's body and changed direction. After this goal, the end of the match was arranged. The Blues took full control of the situation and then turned Nuno Santos' calculations into a pile of paper when Timo Werner entered the field. The 3-5-2 formation was deployed by Tuchel with the trio of Kovacic, Jorginho, Kanté spread out in the middle of the field. Werner, Lukaku kicked the highest. Spurs officially collapsed after 45 minutes of hope and after 15 minutes of Thomas Tuchel's excellent mid-time. The Ronaldo effect at MU is too terrible. Unlock De Gea, Lingard, raise Fernandes. The Ronaldo effect not only helped a series of stars who seemed to have no place in MU revived, but also raised the pillars. Cristiano Ronaldo is proving that age is just a number, and at the same time smashing all doubts about his ability to sink in the harsh Premier League environment with his excellent performance since returning to MU. Up to this point, the Portuguese superstar has contributed 4 goals in 3 matches in all competitions, including 3 goals/2 matches in the English Premier League. However, Ronaldo's influence is not only reflected in his scoring achievements. Rarely does a player with wet feet and dry feet appear to dare to go to the edge of the line to direct with the head coach, the match MU lost to Young Boys in the Champions League, replace the captain and exhort the players' morale at the meeting. Warm up before each match. In fact, people also recognize a positive change from many MU players, such as David De Gea and Jesse Lingard. In 3 appearances in the Premier League 2021/22, Lingard contributed 2 goals. More importantly, the 28-year-old midfielder only started shooting in Ronaldo's debut, winning Newcastle 4-1, besides the super product that set the score 2-1 against West Ham. For David De Gea, Mark Noble's save from the penalty spot marked the first time in 7 years that the Spaniard won on penalties in the Premier League. The top performances in the past time are more than enough to confirm that De Gea will continue to stand with Ronaldo in the starting lineup, despite Dean Henderson recovering from injury and ready to return. Effect Ronaldo not only helps De Gea and Lingard revive, but also helps pillars like Bruno Fernandes benefit. After the failed Euro 2020 of the Portuguese team, many people were concerned about the possibility that the superstar duo could not find a common voice. However, they proved the opposite. 2/4 of Ronaldo's goals for MU came from the cleaning up phase of Fernandes, in the match against Young Boys, Champions League, and West Ham, although Fernandes was not counted as an assist because Ronaldo took 2 shots to bring him to the goal. Ball into the net. Before Ronaldo arrived, Fernandes had 3 goals in 3 matches, but all 3 goals came in one match, won Leeds 5-1 in round 1 of the Premier League. After Ronaldo arrived, the 27-year-old superstar's achievement was 1 goal, 1 assist, and 1 assist. Missed. Obviously CR7 does not drag Fernandes backward, even contributing to beautify the personal stats of his compatriots. Ronaldo was criticized by Ferdinand. Solskjaer suddenly defended CR7's suspicion of encroachment. Coach Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has just refuted harshly with his former teammate Rio Ferdinand after the great former MU central defender criticized Cristiano Ronaldo for his actions to surpass his teacher in the last match. Although MU was unsuccessful in the Champions League this season when he lost 1-2 against Young Boys on the night of September 14, Vietnam time, the last match in Switzerland also made a big mark of superstar Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo opened the scoring early for MU, but they lost bitterly to Young Boys when they played in this year's Champions League. Even in his first return to the Red Devils shirt after 12 years in the C1 arena, the Portuguese striker scored the opening goal to officially reach a new record with 135 goals at the prestigious playground. Club level, on the day he equaled his 177 match record as his former teammate Iker Casillas. However, in the 72nd minute, Ronaldo was suddenly replaced by coach Gunnar Solskjaer to make room for Jesse Lingard. CR7 then refused to sit still on the bench in MU's technical area. Instead, Ronaldo appeared next to the touchline, as if directing his teammates. Ronaldo was substituted and then he joined Bruno Fernandes on the pitch to cheer his teammates in MU's reverse defeat in Switzerland. This action of the former Juventus striker has been criticized by his brother and former teammate Rio Ferdinand because he thinks that the star who owns 5 golden balls has overwhelmed coach Solskjaer. Speaking to the press, the famous former England midfielder Rio Ferdinand said, "Honestly, if I were the coach, I would ask them to return to their positions and sit there immediately." However, recently, coach Solskjaer personally responded to Ferdinand and vindicated his student Ronaldo. The Norwegian military leader emphasized that Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes' reaction to the pitch was understandable when they were upset because teammate Nemanja Matic was pushed by Christopher Martins, but the referee Francois Ledexier did not withdraw the card. The second goal disqualification of the Dutch midfielder from the Young Boys side. If Martins was sent off at that time, Young Boys would have only 10 players left on the field like MU. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was red-carded, and it is unlikely that the away team would have lost 1-2 in reverse. Again, sometimes Ferdinand, comments on things he doesn't really know well. There should have been another yellow card for him, Christopher Martins, after trying to cut down. Nemanja. Both Bruno and Cristiano are ready to fight for it. I'd always feel confident when they are by my side. It was just the reaction of the players to the referee. Then both Cristiano and Bruno calmly returned to their seats. We both know only a few people are allowed in this position, directing the players. MU players on the pitch. It's mere assistants, Michael Carrick, Mick Phelan, or Kieran McKenna. So I don't feel bothered by this, Solskjaer countered Ferdinand. Ronaldo has also caused great sympathy with a beautiful action for a MU fan. According to the Mirror, yesterday, September 18, the young male fan stood on a road leading to the Carrington Training Center of the Red Devils to wait for CR7 with a placard in his hand writing the words, "Ronaldo, can you please stop? It's going to be my great weekend." And unexpectedly Ronaldo stopped the car. The 36-year-old striker pulled over to the side of the road and took a picture with this lucky fan and made his wish come true. Losing half of the squad after 5 games, Disaster memories flooded back to Liverpool. The Premier League this season is only in the 5th round, but Liverpool have seriously damaged their forces with 5 main players injured. Last weekend, Liverpool had a crunchy 3-0 victory over Crystal Palace at Anfield. However, the Reds did not enjoy the full joy because Thiago joined the ranks of the team's defenders despite having just recovered. The Spaniard was injured and was forced to leave the field in the middle of the second half to make room for Naby Keita. Before Thiago, Liverpool lost Roberto Firmino, hamstring, and Harvey Elliott, dislocated ankle. These are all injuries that take a long time to treat. In addition, Klopp's favorite fullback pair, Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, did not feature in the win against Crystal Palace. Robertson was rested and named on the bench, but Trent was not registered to play because of illness. With the force of chipping quite severe as it is now, bad memories of last season are rushing back into the minds of Liverpool fans. Back to last season, Liverpool also had an impressive start but then fell without stopping when a series of key players in the defense got injured, including Van Dijk, Joe Gomez, Joel Matip, Jordan Henderson, Diogo Jota, and Thiago Alcantara. In total, the Reds suffered 54 injuries in the 2020-21 Premier League, the most in the league. The Anfield team also had the highest total number of days lost due to injury, 1,722 days. The loss of the force was so great that Liverpool fell into the title scene last season. Fortunately for Klopp, at the end, they were in impressive form and finished in the top. Sir Alex Ferguson prophesied Messi will be the bomb of PSG. The statements of Sir Alex 6 years ago have come true when talking about Ronaldo and Messi. People often talk about who is the best player in the world. And many people have said it quite right when pointing to Messi. That is completely undeniable. However, Ronaldo can play for those small teams like Millwall, Queen's Park Rangers, Doncaster Rovers. Any team and score a hat-trick in one game, but I'm not sure Messi can do the same at a club other than Barca. I think Messi is a player that belongs to Barcelona, you know what I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson replied when asked about the talents of Ronaldo and Messi. Recently, the British press simultaneously repeated these statements of Sir Alex Ferguson in 2015, when the legendary Scottish strategist commented on the talent and ability to score goals of Ronaldo and Messi. Accordingly, the former MU coach does not deny Messi's excellence, but he also emphasized that it is difficult for the Argentine superstar to shine when playing for another team after leaving Barca. On the contrary, Ronaldo will be able to play well in any team in the world. It has been 6 years after Sir Alex comments about the 2 top football stars in the world. Now it is becoming a reality. Both Messi and Ronaldo have had new teams this season, but the performance of these 2 superstars is opposite. Together playing 3 matches for new teams, MU and PSG, but Ronaldo has scored 4 goals and Messi is just 0. Ronaldo's brilliant performance on his second debut. Ronaldo will become the next manager of MU. The Portuguese superstar was allowed to return to Old Trafford after 12 years for a reason, and the next step will be to sit in the hot seat of MU. Former player Tim Sherwood has just made a bold statement. Cristiano Ronaldo's next plan, after returning home, will be to become a coach of the Red Devils. Ronaldo caught the eye and showed his leadership qualities, walking around a number of teammates, including Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba, to say something. While MU warmed up before the match they won against West Ham 2-1 is full of drama. Commenting on the match on SuperSport, Tim Sherwood affirmed that Ronaldo will become the next coach of the Red Devils. Ronaldo returned to MU for a reason. He is a leader on the field. CR7 will definitely become the next coach of MU. Former Red Devil striker Michael Owen also does not rule out that Ronaldo will follow the military career after hanging up his boots. I can see Ronaldo becoming a coach one day and not ruling out leading MU. Is it possible for Ronaldo to become a coach and even sit in the hot seat of MU after retiring? The Portuguese superstar's plan is to attend the 2022 World Cup finals at the end of next year, as well as the ability to play football until the age of 40. In a statement in 2019, Ronaldo once said he did not intend to follow the military career after hanging up his boots. However, he also loose added, "I am not interested in becoming a coach right now. But maybe one day it gets boring and I like it again. Never say never. If I become a coach, I will be a motivator. The coach has to pass on his passion and talent to the team." The English Premier League gave up pride, rolling out the red carpet to welcome foreign referees. Always proud to be the birthplace of many top European and international referees, the English Football Village, however, has opened its doors to welcome foreign Black Kings to run the Premier League's top football tournament. Named among the 10 most famous football referees of all time, the two Black Kings of British nationality Mark Clattenburg and Howard Webb are the pride of the village. Former Police Sergeant Howard Webb was the first referee to be given the responsibility of directing both the Champions League final and the World Cup final in the same 2010, a rare honor in the football world. 6 years later, it was Mark Clattenburg's turn to be in charge of the Champions League final and the Euro final. He also caught the men's football final at the 2012 London Olympics at home. In 2017, in the midst of the highest prestige and performance, Mark Clattenburg suddenly moved to the Middle East, taking the position of head of refereeing committee of the Saudi Arabian Football Federation, replacing his predecessor Howard Webb. Although there are still many scandals in the management of matches due to different levels of competence, English referees are generally still trusted at major UEFA and FIFA tournaments, despite a period of deep crisis. No English king in black was invited to work at the 2018 World Cup finals. The pride and lofty pride of British referees made people feel surprised when the British Professional Football Referees Association, PGMOL, decided to open the door to welcome foreign referees. On September 25, Australian referee Jared Gillett will control the match between Watford and Newcastle in the 6th round of the English Premier League. If nothing changes at the last minute, Jared Gillett will become the first foreign referee on duty in England's top football league. Mr. Jared Gillett has been one of the most highly regarded referees since starting work in the A-League season 2010 to 2011. In 9 years of working with the Australian Professional Football League, this 34-year-old referee has started 154 matches and won the title of Best Referee 5 times. In addition to the matches in Australia, Mr. Jared Gillett also served in professional football leagues Chinese Super League, China, Saudi Professional League, Saudi Arabia, and Indian Super League, India. Jared Gillett moved to Liverpool in 2019 to work as a doctoral student at John Moores University in cerebral palsy. Jared Gillett's side-job football referee also improved significantly when he was assigned to manage League One, League Two, and Championship matches for the period of 2019 to 2021, joined the VAR team and was rated as the best player in the world. An expert on the technology to assist this arbitration. Jared Gillett is one of 5 championship referees interviewed by PGMOL to promote to control Premier League matches for the 2021 to 2022 season. Also nominated with Jared Gillett are colleagues Tony Harrington, John Brooks, Michael Salisbury, and Keith Stroud, all FIFA-class referees. One of PGMOL's veteran referees, Lee Mason, officially retired at the beginning of September. As a result, PGMOL President Mike Riley will have to appoint qualified and morally qualified referees to generate resources, instead of replace. Most recently, referee Martin Atkinson was assessed to have omitted 2 penalties for Man United in the match against West Ham when Ronaldo had 3 fouls by the home defenders. Referee Stuart Atwell and the VAR team also missed a serious error in the Brighton-Leicester match when giving Brighton a penalty from a situation where the ball touched Jan-Nick Vestergaard's hand but ignored the situation where Neil Maupay collided with Vestergaard, causing him lost balance and, while struggling, waved his arms. Chelsea go strong. Thomas Tuchel's miracle. Chelsea lead the Premier League after 5 rounds, with a powerful and flexible team built by coach Thomas Tuchel. The Blues scene from the London Derby. Last weekend, in the London Derby on Tottenham's field, Chelsea entered the game with the home team overwhelming in terms of attack. In the early game, Chelsea was under great pressure from Tottenham's attacking situations, making Kepa, who replaced Mendy injured, to work hard. That can be seen as a challenge to Chelsea's bravery in defence. The strength in defence, the fulcrum that brought Chelsea to the Champions League 2020-21, was effectively promoted, making Tottenham helpless in finding goals. The Blues made the opponent impatient in the first half when they sealed Kepa's goal. After the break is another image that coach Thomas Tuchel brings. After the break was another Chelsea, with the arrival of N'Golo Kante after recovering from injury. The one-way match took place in the London Derby. Chelsea's players scored 3 goals in the second half, thanks to goals from Thiago Silva, Kante, and Antonio Rudiger. Tottenham started the season very well with new coach Nuno Santo. They once defeated defending champion Man City impressively. But Spurs were powerless before Chelsea's diverse play, which was Kante's trigger. At Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Chelsea performed a football that was superior in class to its opponents. Chelsea's diversity. Last season, when taking over the crisis team from Frank Lampard, Coach Tuchel focused on improving the defense. Tuchel is the type of coach passionate about attacking football, but he changed to turn Chelsea into a solid wall. Limit the number of goals to the maximum to serve as the basis for counter-attacks leading to victory. During the summer break, Coach Tuchel made adjustments to increase ball control and attack. When the new season started, the German strategist got two important additions: Romelu Lukaku and Saul Niguez. Lukaku made his debut very well and quickly made an impact on the system in which Chelsea operated. Saul needs more time to adapt to Tuchel's system and the English football environment. Compared to last season, Chelsea became stronger and more diverse in attack. From the solid defensive foundation, combined with Kant's dynamism, Jorginho's accuracy in ball coordination, Lukaku's strength helps Chelsea to penetrate any defense. The schedule of 5 rounds through the Chelsea door is very heavy, with rivals Arsenal, Liverpool, and Tottenham. Topping the Premier League is no more demanding result. There have been 10 different players scoring for the Blues, especially goals from defense. No team in the Premier League can match this diversity, including Man City, which has always been praised for its versatility in attack. This weekend is a battle with Man City and Chelsea, by Thomas Tuchel confidently asserting his position. Without Messi, Barca lost their identity. Tiki-taka gradually died out. Barcelona had just had 90 minutes of struggle against weak opponent Granada, and it was thanks to Ronald Araujo's late goal at the last minute that the Nou Camp team could hold on to 1 point. Coach Ronald Koeman used a strange 3 central defender scheme and performed a football far different from Barca before. Statistics in the last 1-1 draw showed that the Catalan team made 54 crosses in the whole game, the most since November 2016. After the match, the Spanish press commented that Barca had lost its identity and the legendary tiki-taka style was gradually dying. Barca's last Champions League championship took place 6 years ago. At that time, tiki-taka was no longer heavy, as it was before there was a very long successful era. Therefore, the opponents have tried their best to study to overcome this style of football, and force Barca to change more or less. Since 2015, tiki-taka under coach Luis Enrique has been operated without the original version. Enrique removed the coordination stages in the home field. The source of the ball always came from the goalkeeper position. Instead, defenders were asked to quickly bring the ball to the top, where there was the appearance of the best attacking trio in world football at that time: Messi, Neymar, Suarez. At that time, the tiki-taka style was still partly deployed by these players. By the time of Ernesto Valverde, Enrique's successor, tiki-taka was truly transformed. No longer a short combination situation on attack, Valverde advocates speeding up the game, playing directly, and taking advantage of counter-attacks. Day by day, tiki-taka gradually disappeared, faster than when Luis Suarez was sold by Barca to bring in Griezmann, a player born to defend and counter-attack. Koeman came to take over at Barca during the transition between generations. The challenge was even greater when he had not yet started working. The number one star Lionel Messi passed away in the surprise of the whole world. In the turmoil, the Dutch strategist fiddled with new tests. With no super technical skills in the squad, Koeman had to find a new tactic to match the current staff. Crossing, heading is the option of choice, because this is the fastest and simplest way to get close to the opponent's goal. But in a major tournament like La Liga, more than that is the caution of the teams every time they have to face the king of the bullring country. There are many reasons why Barca cannot play football according to what they want. Pre-planned. Koeman is really stuck, despite the fact that he is not a bad coach. Koeman has great merit in raising young talents like Pedri, Frenkie de Jong, as the claims will bring Barca's future. But for the die-hard fans, what they need today is the victory, the identity needed by a big team, even though they know it will no longer be tiki-taka. Premier League referee got it wrong when he didn't blow 11M for Ronaldo. The Premier League referees have reprimanded Mr. Atkinson for the wrong decisions in the match between Man United and West Ham, including not blowing 2 penalties in situations where Ronaldo fell in the penalty area. Man United's 2-1 comeback against West Ham in the 5th round of the Premier League last weekend brought a lot of emotions. Not only Ronaldo and Lingard scored, De Gea also saved the penalty kick of expert 11M Mark Noble in injury time to help the Red Devils win all 3 points. In particular, one of the biggest controversial highlights of this match was that Ronaldo had 3 falls in the West Ham penalty area, but the referee did not blow the penalty. All 3 of the above falls came in the last 15 minutes of the game, 2 of which took place when the score was still 1-1 and the Red Devils were somewhat deadlocked. In the 77th minute, Cristiano Ronaldo faced a duel with Vladimir Koupal in the left position in the penalty area. Ronaldo pushed the ball away but bumped into Koupal and fell to the field. 8 minutes later, Ronaldo once again fell in the West Ham penalty area. CR7 slipped between defender Angelo Ogbonna and defender Aaron Cresswell. According to CCTV, Cresswell pulled his hand to Ronaldo, but the referee still waved his hand, making Ronaldo angry. In the 90+1 minute, Kurt Zouma cut the ball down Ronaldo in the area of 16m50 and was still told by the referee no. After the match, referee Atkinson received countless criticisms from Red Devils fans, even from football commentators or experts. Many people think that this referee is a coward when making decisions that are safer for the game than professional. On the contrary, many people also agree with his judgment. However, in the weekly professional meeting after each round of the recent Premier League referees, the referees, after carefully reviewing the match between Man United and West Ham, came to the conclusion that the Red Devils should have received 2 penalties in situations where Ronaldo was fouled in the 77th and 90+1 minutes. Accordingly, the Premier League referees concluded that both situations showed that Koutful and Zuma could not touch the ball and therefore NU should have been penalised in both these situations. However, Ronaldo's remaining foul because a West Ham player pulled his shirt in the second half is said to be unclear. In addition, the referee also confirmed that West Ham should also have been awarded a penalty in the situation that Tomas Soucek was fouled by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. In addition, referee Atkinson was also reprimanded for not reviewing the above controversial ball phases through VAR despite being recommended by the VAR team. Mr. Atkinson was only allowed to appreciate the penalty situation from Luke Shaw's handball. At 1:45 on September 23, Man United continued to face West Ham in the English League Cup. However, because he is playing in both the Champions League and the Premier League, it is likely that coach Solskjaer will only let the Red Devils play with the